Hello, my name's Scott Grant, and I'm the market lead for the Affinity Market Group at TD Insurance. 2023 marks the 25th anniversary of the TD Insurance Malashmonix Fellowships and Advancement. Throughout this year, to celebrate this milestone, CCAE and TD Insurance are proud to profile past fellowship recipients. To understand the impact and value the program creates, both personally to the recipients and to the broader Canadian advancement sector. I'm here alongside Susan MacCormack, Alumni Engagement Coordinator at Holland College Foundation and Alumni, who was a 2018 fellowship recipient at St. Mary's University. Welcome, Susan. It's great to see you again and to hear your fellowship story.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start off our conversation. I thought it would be great if you could provide a bit of background on your fellowship year at St. Mary's University, and at the time, what it meant to you to receive the fellowship.
Sure. I was selected as a TD Fellow in Advancement at St. Mary's University in 2018. I had just graduated from UPEI. I moved to Halifax and began working at St. Mary's as the Calling Program and Outreach Coordinator in 2016, which was really my first introduction to the world of advancement. So after about a year and a half of working as the Calling Program and Outreach Coordinator, some folks in the advancement department approached me about applying to the TD Fellowship, which I was so excited to do. I was really enjoying the work that I was doing. And receiving the fellowship really meant the world to me. I'd quickly found a sector that I cared deeply about soon after graduating from university. And this fellowship allowed me to delve into all the different parts that make up advancement. And receiving that experience across the whole sector was really invaluable. My fellowship year was actually cut short by a couple months as my partner and I had a baby and ended up moving back to PEI to be closer to family. But I did complete all 12 months of that work. It was just condensed down into 9 months.
And that's amazing. And I remember working with you during that time, and you being able to get that amazing work done in 9 months versus 12 months is just incredible. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So in general, how did your fellowship create connections for you? And were there any meaningful values you learned from the team at St. Mary's University?
Yeah, of course. I think the fellowship allowed me to make connections both with the folks that I was working directly with, but also connections between all the different facets of advancement. Having a chance to work on multiple projects in different areas of advancement allowed me to make connections within the work. I was able to see how each aspect, whether it's alumni engagement, internal communications, fundraising, needed each other to be a whole. I worked with a lot of really wonderful people at St. Mary's, and I definitely learned how important the work was that we were doing.
Yeah, you had a great team to work with there at St. Mary's University for sure. And that's, I love your answer, because that's what our fellowships try to accomplish, is to get that broad scope, not just one area of advancement, but to get a broad scope of the different areas of advancement for you to get experience in. So that's incredible. So now that you're at Holland College Foundation, how did the fellowship navigate you to this new role? And were there any ways that it aided in your passion for alumni relations?
Yeah, so the advancement team at Holland College is actually really tiny. There's only 6 of us in total. So we have our director, we have 2 advancement officers, we have a gift administrator, our admin assistant, and then me, the alumni person. So coming from St. Mary's, which is still considered fairly small compared to some institutions, but is huge compared to Holland College, I was just used to working with a much larger team that had multiple people working within each silo, whether it was alumni or marketing or fundraising. Whereas the team that I'm on now, there's just really one person for each section. So the fellowship really gave me a great taste of having my hands in many different pots at once, which is exactly what's necessary on such a small team like what we have at Holland College. So having the experience of working on projects across advancement really helped me with my role in Holland College.
I'm so glad that you were able to get those transferable skills that seem to really help you at Holland College and your future. Further to that, in what ways did the fellowship add value to your career?
The fellowship was really invaluable to my career. Without the opportunity to take part in the TD Fellowship, I wouldn't have had nearly the breadth of knowledge and experience that I've been able to take into my current role. The fellowship really allowed me to wear so many different hats within advancement, and it really allowed me to discover the areas that I really enjoyed working in. So I really appreciate that and having the chance to bring that to my current role.
That's perfect. So now if we change gears a little bit and take a moment to look at future fellowship recipients, Was there anything that you learned in your fellowship year or early in your career that you still carry with you today?
Yeah, I think the most important thing that I really learned was how important each cog in the wheel of advancement really is. Without building relationships with current students, without creating engaging communications, we don't have engaged alumni, which feeds into annual giving and legacy giving, and it's all just one big circle, and every single little piece is really important. Um, so I think it just taught me that, every little task and job within advancement is so important to creating that cycle and that culture of philanthropy that allows us to create more educational opportunities for future students.
And it's a wonderful thing when all the pieces come together and work in unison. So,
Mhm.
so looking at the program through the lens of a broader view, why do you think advancement sector benefits from these fellowships?
I think the advancement sector really benefits from these fellowships because it allows young people the opportunity to get involved in a field that is working directly towards making post-secondary education more accessible to people. Advancement directly works to create opportunities for people through scholarships, bursaries, awards, services at the college or the university. And I think many young people are looking for work that brings fulfillment and that they feel like the work that they're doing is important. And I think advancement really does provide that. And I don't think many people in their early 20s are really thinking about working in advancement. But I think this fellowship gives promising young people who are looking for a meaningful career a really great chance to get involved in the field and experience several different facets of advancement.
What has changed over the time you've been in advancement? And do you feel the fellowship program is more important now?
I think one of the largest changes over the years in advancement has been just the cost of living. So for current students and future students, you have tuition, groceries, housing, gas, everything has increased to an unlivable level for so many people, especially young students. So with the cost of living skyrocketing, I think young students are really struggling right now. And advancement is incredibly important now more than ever because that scholarship, that access to a funded mental health program, that emergency bursary, it may just make or break it for that student. And I think the fellowship program is even more important now because it's getting more people involved in the sector, especially young people who understand firsthand how important that helping hand can be.
Such important work that's done in advancement to provide those bursaries and that support that the students so desperately need now. So I
Mhm.
totally agree.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time today, Susan, for participating in the conversation and sharing your fellowship story. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Scott, for having me, and to everyone at TD Insurance, Meloche Monix for making these opportunities possible.
We're so proud to do so, and hearing firsthand about the impact the fellowships make is the reason why they're so important. TD
Mhm.
Insurance Meloche Monix remains an honored supporter of the program that helps advancement shops and individual careers across Canada flourish. So thank you again. It was so nice to see you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.